welcome to UI Wednesdays. My name is Alyssa Nicoll. Sorry about the late start. We are having some technical difficulties. Wouldn't be a day on Twitch without them. Today is going to be a short and fun 100 CSS day challenge that we're going to be tackling. And tomorrow, in case you haven't heard the word, seen our schedule, we have a 5-hour Silverlight stream of migrating because Silverlight will be end of lifing soon. And so migrating your Silverlight apps to various options. I'll be covering the Angular portion. So be sure to check that out tomorrow on Code It Live. But this afternoon, welcome to some chill and good vibe CSSing here with me, your Wednesday afternoon host. Let's get hello. Hey, Eli. Oh my goodness. So Eli and I were on Adventures in Angular earlier today. I have noun issues. Sometimes they just don't come to me at will. And did a really cool episode on Nest.js, and that will be coming out in a couple weeks, so keep your eye out for that. Eli is also publishing soon a course on Nest.js with Angular on Thinkster.io soon. So it was a really, really fun show, though. Okay, let's pull up my screen share. And how are you all this Wednesday afternoon or Thursday morning or whatever it is for you? All right, share the screen. We're going to share the Chrome window. So this is the super quick and easy CSS challenge that we're going to be tackling today. I know usually I find a really interesting and fun one, but with the Silverlight stream coming up, I decided let's just pick the challenge of the day. So we actually have, looks like 4 hours left, and so if you want to head on over to 100dayscss.com, you can follow along. And if you scroll down below the fold, you'll see other people who have submitted today. And then you can also choose to show pins from previous rounds. So if you're unfamiliar with this, every day for 100 days in a row, there's a new CSS challenge. And so sometimes on UI Wednesdays, I like to just grab one and tackle it for funsies. Hey, TJ. Oh, it's good to know I'm actually streaming. There was some touch and go there for a bit earlier. So, ooh. Okay, so this was my cheating. I was working on it ahead of time. So we might look at that in a little bit, but let's just go ahead and click on the open template button. And what that does, hey, lazy DK, it opens us in a brand new empty code pin. Well, I wouldn't say empty, I suppose. It's the height and width it needs to be for the submissions. We're going to name this Bouncing Ball CSS Challenge. I don't know what day it is. 81, I guess. Challenge 81. Okay. So now let's go ahead and so we've got, I'm going to measure with my screenshot tool. Looks like 270, I think, for the bounce area. So let's go ahead and build that out. So div, I guess I can call it bounce area, maybe? I have no idea. And we're going to need a div that is our ball. Not call, ball, please. And I think the rest I can do with the body. So I'm going to go, and if you check out like what they give you on the boilerplate, it's literally just creating this frame, the box that we are sitting in over here. And I can give that, instead of the body, I'm going to give that a background color so that we can see it a little bit easier on stream. I need to go just grabbing a random color from my color picker app. Okay. So now you see the frame, and then they also created a class of center, which is, I think, just going to, they're giving it to this div that's wrapping us, which is just literally centering everything. We might get rid of that. I don't know. I'm going to leave it for now. Okay. So yes, now we need to talk to our bounce area. Check it out. Oh, and I do need to bump up the font size for the stream. Make it that big. Okay, darlings. So tell me about your Wednesdays. I want to hear how they're going, and hopefully they're going beautifully, swimmingly. And tell me what time it is for you. For me, it is almost 2:30 p.m. Okay, so I'm gonna say bounce area 21:26. I like it. Military time in Denmark. It's late. I have to do the math. 12 minus 21. I'm so bad at this. So 9:26 p.m. Nice. Well, I hope your Wednesday in Denmark was beautiful. Bounce area needs a background color. Whoa. Yeah, these are just colors that I have color picked in the recent past, so we can change those up. Okay. So there's the bounce area doesn't have a set width or height or any content, so we don't see it, is what's happening here. So I'm going to go ahead and set the width. I want to see something, please and thank you. And I think the height, when I grabbed it earlier, was like 270 pixels. And then we, of course, are gettering this center effect. So our bounce area is centered, but we don't want it to be centered. We want it actually to be at the very top. So if I go back to the challenge, you've got the ground, if you will, and I'm just leaving that to be the body, or in this case, the frame that I styled, to be that darker color. And then we've got our blue sky in the bounce area. So I'm going to delete center. I don't think I'm going to need it because we're going to be just bouncing a ball across the stage. So I don't think I need to. I actually think centering things would really mess things up. Okay, so we've got our ball. I messed up the tabbing. Save it. Also, if you want, if you're into that sort of thing, just going to plop the pin in there so you can play along, or maybe move a bit faster than I go. Okay, let's do the ball. Background color of, I want a pink. I forgot. I found a really nice hot pink and I forgot what it was. So I'm just going to color pick one of these. You remind me of a watermelon. Okay, background color of that. And let's do a width and height of 50 pixels. And of course, we're going to do the border radius of 50%. So that we get a ball, because we need a ball. Ooh. You can't end your lines in L, apparently. That doesn't work. Okay. Beautiful. I think it's it's hard to tell because it's moving, but yeah, that's too big. Let's do like, I don't know, 40. Really, really bad at like eyeballing and being like, this is exactly 40 pixels. Okay, I'm happy with that 40 by 40, even if it's a little off from what that white ball is. Okay. So now we have our bounce area, we have our ball. Now I'm going to pull up what I was doing earlier because I just want to steal the keyframe. So I just want to steal all of this actually and show you what, because we've got quite a ways to go, and I really love, okay. So instead of 50, I made it 40, and I found this sexy hot pink. Oh, I'm replacing that here, and then I'm just going to delete our old class and check out. Okay, so here are the styles we already did. Now I'm adding this animation of bounce with a fill mode. There was a direction, I commented it out. Timing function, iteration, and a transform. This transform, though, is literally just for me to be able to do, like, to figure out the positioning, because I was playing around with this keyframe, if I commented out, and we're going to be transforming the translate 3D because we want to move both the X and the Y, and it's just easier, I guess. We could do translate Y and translate X, but I like this because it's all in one. But as you can see, it's like, whoa, what the heck are you doing? So if I the goal is going to be plopping in, basically transforming the ball, and I'm figuring out like the 4 different places on the stage it needs to go, and then we'll put those in the keyframes and let it animate. And then I think the final touch is going to be maybe figuring out the squish effect to make the ball look a little bit more lifelike. Also maybe customizing the cubic Bezier a little bit. But right now, it's yelling at me because ball radius doesn't exist. And if you've forgotten, radius is half of a diameter, which is what I need. I need half the width of the ball. So I'm going to go to do some fun math down here. So I'm going to go up to the top, I guess, the very top, and say variables. And this is going to be called ball radius. And right now our width is 40 pixels, or I guess our diameter is 40 pixels. So our ball radius is going to be half of that. And we could then go down to where we define the 40 pixels and be like, ball radius times 2. I don't know if I need to surround that. And then it's going to be exhausting because then we're going to be like, ball radius times 2. So let's go ahead and say ball diameter. You can let me know if I did that wrong. Ball radius times 2, and then go down to here and replace this variable with diameter. And that way, if I just want to on the fly change the ball size, I think should work out. It's still yelling at me though, so I'm wondering if it's because, okay, it's because this transform line is wankers. Thanks for the pen link. I think my daughters are going to enjoy customizing the colors. Yeah, these colors are from, I was working on the Angular Tour of Heroes app, and I'm changing the theme from heroes to My Little Pony. And so I was like picking some really MLP colors going on up in there. Okay. So we're going to bring back this line, and you might be wondering what are you doing, Alyssa? What I was attempting to do is calc all I need to do. Burp. Okay, no. Bad things are happening, aka nothing. Calc in SCSS. Ooh, special sassy functions. Yes, so I wondered if I needed to interpolate the variable. I think we might need to. Ugh. Yeah, I think we have to. Okay, I think I can close out that one because we are full on in this code pin now. So let's surround it. Good. Oh. Whew. Okay, we no longer see the ball. You might be like, why are you excited about that? Because it means it's working. It's moving the ball off the screen. Okay, so I need to figure out frame is in width height 400 pixels. Okay. So I can't use view width. I guess I could, but it might be a little bit janky. I need to position the ball relative to the frame. I think that's what we need to do. So let's go ahead and we're going to get rid of this fancy in quotes line for the moment, and we're going to say 0, 0, 0, which, so it already is positioning relative to the frame. Okay, so if I do, because basically we want to start to the far right of the frame, off screen above it, and drop it down into it. So if I say, I know it's 400 pixels. Okay, I know it's 400 pixels wide. So if I say on the x-axis, move it negative 400 pixels minus the ball diameter. Which is going to need interpolating and calc, I think, because it's two different units. Calc. Okay. Negative is left. Is that why? No. Yes. What am I doing wrong? There it is. It's because I was going in the wrong direction. Okay. So if you didn't follow that nonsense, I'm gonna have some agua. You all should definitely make sure you're hydrating today. This will finish my gallon of water, which I usually have done before now, but at least I'm almost there. So we move the ball to the other side, and we subtracted the ball diameter so that we would see, yes, we are actually at the top left. Which another thing I think I should do while we're testing things out is change the overflow hidden on the frame. There it goes. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So now if I say, if I get rid of this, I know. You're like, why do you have so many lines? I just say 400 pixels. It's completely off. So if we added the overflow hidden back, we would not see our ball. But I think I need to actually be up above the screen as well for our start place. It'd be cool to use CSS custom properties instead of Sass. You're talking about CSS variables? Like the la la la. Talking about these, darling. Custom properties. I don't know why. I've never heard of them called custom properties. Why? I don't know. Yeah, I can totally do that. I don't usually do that because sorry, I get distracted. Because the whole point in my mind of CSS variables is that you still have the variable available after it's been like compiled, so that you could maybe modify it with JavaScript or do something else with it, because the sassy ones, this ball diameter, it will go away after it's been compiled and sent to the browser. That variable no longer exists. But for my purposes here with the math, that's perfectly fine, because I don't need it to exist. But yeah, I totally could. Let's I don't like having to surround things with var though. It kind of annoys me. I need to move the ball up a little bit. So for this one, we're gonna mix. It is called ball diameter. It's not. Let me just replace them out real quick because I was thinking of mixing, but I don't like it. So I'm just gonna do radius of 20 pixels and so here's the fun part with the var and the yuckiness. Ball radius. Did you spell radius wrong? Radius. Radius. Times 2. I think those are right and happy and good. So now if I go down, it's yelling at me, but that's probably because I just deleted these. So now we're going to change this to var. We need calc. Up above, you mean? I think you only need calc whenever there are two different units, but maybe. I think right now it's yelling at me because I'm still using sassy variables down here where no sassy variables exist because I deleted them. But as soon as I finish replacing them, we can check and see if we need. Okay. So var, yes, that. So you were saying we might need calc here. I guess they are two different pixels and two different units. Why are you mad at me? I think you missed closing parentheses below. Let us find the missing parentheses. Okay. Ball diameter, ball diameter. Ah, yeah, you're right. I think because we've got the var, calc. Why are you yelling at me? Hang on. If I just replace this whole thing with 0, although it's not the last one, so let's go back up. I don't think calc is needed here, and I don't know if it would throw. Invalid CSS after ball radius 20 pixels expected parentheses. So it's like mad at the very first variable. Did I define the variable wrong? DK, are you Danish? Are you Danish, darling? Oh, it's because I'm not giving it to an element. That's the other reason I dislike greatly. Because they have to be scoped to something. You can't just have them out there in the wild. So I have to say like, no, body. Danish in Mexico. That's awesome. Root scope. Yeah, I could do that. Hello. Hi, everybody. I know, right? Danish in Mexico. That's really cool. Is it beautiful there in Mexico right now? It's kind of clammy here. Clammy, is that the right word? It's hot and there is moisture in the air. Okay. Let's see. So I've replaced ball radius, replaced ball diameter with the requested CSS custom properties. Who's ugly? I think they're talking about the application, which I would agree with you, but hey, it's not finished. Okay. I've lost the ball somehow. What did I do wrong? I'm going to clean up these transforms because I don't need all of them right now. And we're going to find our missing ball. Ball diameter, ball diameter. We're just going to open the inspector because it can be kind of painful to look at the inspector with a code pen, so bear with me, but we're going to find our ball. You are where I think you should be. I can't. Okay, are you actually getting the width and the height? No, I don't think so. Proof the serial angular material. See, I'm very unfamiliar too with, I'm going to save and refresh because this is not the state of the app. Okay, so we are not getting, let's see here. Ball radius is 20 pixels, ball diameter. I don't think I need to surround this with calc, but we're going to and see if it works. Yes, those could be considered. Yeah, we needed it. You were right, DK. Okay, so save. Complexity for customizing and theming is insane. See, I was reading what Lazy said. Silly because it doesn't support CSS custom properties. Complexity of customizing and theming is insane. CSS bundle size is ridiculous. Angular material. Okay. So we did need calc. I guess pixels is a different unit than no unit. I don't know. Going back down here. I need you to be up above the screen so we can drop you from a height of yourself. So bar, ball, diameter. I have to say negative. Put outside of the bar. That broke everything. How do I make you negative? I guess I can just times -1. I know there's an easier way of doing it, but All right. Tell me in the chat if you know how to clean that up. Because I know there's a way of adding negative without timesing -1, but I'm doing it. So the ball is now up and ready to be dropped. So I'm going to call this position 1 for this. This is our 0% for our keyframe. So I'm actually, that needs to not wrap. So I'm going to grab it and replace whatever gobbledygook I had in here before for our 0%. And I can actually comment out or comment back in this whole thing so you can see, like, we do have it plugged in up above. That is a little bit too big. I wish I could do it that large. I'm sure it's better for the stream, but that font size is just a little bit too big. Okay. Okay. So that's going to be our starting position. Our beautiful, beautiful starting position. Alrighty. Next is, so I think there's 2 bounces on the OG one. Actually 3. 1, 2, 3 pickles. I was only planning on 2. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. X, Y, Z. I need to do like, I don't know. I'm really bad at this game. That's why we're doing it in stages. 200, is that too far over? Yes, yes it is. Yes it is. I think that's, let's do 350. Actually, opposite of that, 250. A little bit farther for the first drop. Okay. That ball could be the sun. That ball is the sun. Until we drop it out of the sky. Okay. We now need to hit the ground. So 400. No, not that ground. What was it? It was like 270. This needs to be a variable. So we're going to go up and we're going to make it. Oh, also you did say root, which can I just like say root and be happy with it? I think so. It's not yelling at us. Cool. So we need another variable for the bounce area, I guess. Which height? Yeah. Okay. Bounce area height now needs to go to the bounce area. And we're going to say are that. Did anything change? Save it? No? Yes? No? See, yeah, Mr. Smoofy, I totally flipping tried that. If we're talking about the negatives. Because I tried that and it wasn't working. I did not understand. That's what I thought you could do. Okay, real quick before I forget what I was doing, and then we can go back and try to fix that negative. Var this, that, and the other. Okay, now, of course, we don't want it to bounce through the floor. So we're going to need to do some calcing again. Woo. Front of the calc function. Yeah, I'm going to try that in a sec. Again. We're going to take our bounce area height and subtract our. Oh my gosh, I hate the vars. It drives me crazy. I seriously love the sassy variables. They're so much more elegant, and I don't need them after. I don't need any of these after it's compiled. So, bounce area height. I need the ball diameter. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So that's going to be our second point, which apparently I need more than 4, but we'll get to that. So second point goes there. Now back to what Spoofy was saying, where we can clean up our first transform line. I think is what you were saying. Thanks, DK. So DK said I can do Didn't work. See, I don't think it did. I'm going to get rid of, well, actually, since I'm not going to be multiplying by, okay, first of all, let's just try this. Okay, no, it breaks and puts it back at 0, 0 because the whole transform line is invalid. So, but we don't need the calc because we're no longer multiplying by -1. This is what I tried before. Which I really thought you could just plop the negative. Yeah, I thought you could just plop the negative in front of the var. I don't know why it's not working. I'm pretty actually, hang on. Let's try something. If we go up to the top and we make a, what am I using? Diameter? I'm using diameter. So if I take and just make a real quick diameter, and we're just hard coding this, don't judge. I'm wondering if sassy variables will do it. And they will, because sass is better. This is why I use sassy variables instead of, I don't know. There's like one time in my life where somebody was like, hey, I need you to make these color variables available to me in JavaScript. And I was like, cool, I guess I'll use the custom properties in CSS. But the rest of my life is always the $sign, because it's prettier and I don't need it after compilation. So get rid of it. Okay. I have no idea why that's not working. But as requested, we are going to stick with the custom, what are they called? Properties. Woof. So we're going to get rid of that sassy variable, and we're going to stick with our multiplying by -1 because it works. For our starting point. Okay. Now for our, I hate this part. So we just, okay. So we just had our first drop. Who doesn't love a challenge? Cracking me up, DK. Okay. We had our first drop, so that's where we're going to hit. And then I need to go up, and I actually am going to look at it again. It loses a lot of momentum. Boom. Boom. I think it's like, yeah, it's like halfway. 240. Okay. Oh, this was a this was a bouncing ball that I found on CSS Tricks. I was looking at Translate 3D. That's when I was like, yeah, we need to do Translate 3D. I don't know why they did it for theirs. Theirs is just going up and down, but we need to move it both X and Y. Okay, so I think our next one, it needs to go over some more. So I don't know, 200 pixels. We can see how far that takes us. And then oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm reading what TK just said about calc negative var. I try, oh, putting the negative inside of the calc. I bet you that would work, right? Let's try it. I want to try it. I know I'm getting distracted, but I didn't care. I want to make it work. Okay. So we're going to get rid of the times -1 and put the negative in front of it. I'm confused. Hang on, I'm going to comment these out. No? There's just like negative in front of it. Definitely not going to work inside of the bar. I don't know. That doesn't seem to be working. I don't think. I do not think. Let me know if y'all figure it out. Okay, so I think 200 pixels over on the X is fine. And then we... I don't know. 240, I think, is where I saw it. Interesting. Ransform instead of transform. I had a typo. Really? When I was trying the... When I was trying to move the negative around. You could also try subtracting from 0. Hey, did that work? Is this working? Shut the front door. I don't think it's working. And I don't have a typo this time. But I think that's what we wanted to try, right? Was putting the negative inside of the calc. Mm-hmm. 0 pixels minus var. That's true. I like the negative. I like timesing my -1 because for me, anytime I see that, I know instantly you're trying to flip the unit or the power, positive, negative. Because if I saw 0 minus, I'd be like, wait, what? I don't know. But that's just me. Okay. 200, that's too low. That's still too low on the ground for our first bounce. That's not going to work. Also, could be a code pen thing. I know it's like a CSS thing, so it should work, but it might not be. The problem might lie with what we're using to render it. So I have ran into some weird, like, I know this works. Why isn't this working? And I took it, I downloaded it out of CodePen, ran it in VS Code, and just like plopped in the HTML and like it worked. And I was like, oh, it was CodePen. So, okay. Sure. I'm happy with this as our third stage in the ball bounce. Now I need to, actually, I need to go over further. And for now, I think I'm just going to go 2 bounces just to get something on the screen. And we need to be, you know what I need to do? Don't make fun, but I'm going to turn this because I'm about to use it a second time. I'm going to turn that long thing into, I'm going to turn it into a variable. Ball is on. We're going to feel like we're in Swift. Ready? The ground. Still, I know it's a long variable name, but it's still shorter than what we're replacing. Delete this and say var boop 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 boop. Ball is on the ground. Perfect. It's exactly where it should be. And we're going to go to that stage in our lives and say ball is on the ground. It can't be just 0. It needs to have a unit at the end. Okay, so this is our, well, it should not be our final resting place, but the current way I have it set up. And get rid of that. And it's so funny. Oh, it gets me. It gets me real good because it's just like, it's so funny. Oh, that's just beautiful. Oh, wow. That's gorgeous. Your ball is broken. It kind of looks like it's maybe made of like lead or something. So it's like not bouncing. Okay. Yes. So yeah, the next step, I do want it to go off screen. Boom, boom. So let's do. Oh, I have to hurry. Okay. I guess we don't have to make it go off screen. We just need to breathe some life into this bouncy ball question mark. Okay. So I think one thing that would help. Are we using linear? No, we're using this cubic Bezier, which I don't know. I stole that cubic Bezier, so I can't vouch for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and I want the one that slows down near the end. Shout it out if you know it. CSS timing function. It's like ease near the end. I don't remember what it's called. Not linear. Where's the list of them? Ease out, I guess. The animation is slow at the end. Yeah. So back to our bouncing ball. We're going to change this cubic Bezier to out. Sorry, it just gets me. It's so silly. Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah. It needs to squish for sure. Sorry. I'm thinking of how to make it more lifelike. I know like once it hits, it needs to change its shape a little bit, but that's not going to fix everything because and I'm wondering if it's because our timing function. Let me try something really quick. Need to find I want to see if using a different cubic Bezier would. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I don't think it should slow down when it gets to the floor. Oh, you think it should go faster? Think that's better? Oh, okay. I might cheat and look at their ball and see what they're doing because I need a squish for sure. So on, yeah. Okay. 0, 50, 75, 100. I need to do it on. I don't know what changing the Z would do. Does anybody here? Potentially nothing because it's like pulling it backwards. I have no idea what that one does, but essentially I need to change its height by like maybe 2 pixels on this one. So at 50%, height needs to be ball diameter and it's 2 pixels. Do your thing with the calcy thing, I think. Oh God, help us all. Okay, hang on, let me think. I definitely don't want. Hang on, let me think. Well, I don't want to morph it from that. I also don't know what I screwed up with the math, so because it shouldn't be shrinking that much. Why are you doing this? I'm using the ball's diameter because it's like what is it, 40? Sorry, I lost root. Yeah, 20 times 2. So it's 40. So if I just get rid of this nonsense and say 38 pixels, which is what I was thinking it should do. It's like too minute to detect, but I need to figure out why my math was so horribly wrong. Ball diameter minus 2 pixels. This seems... I see a flat spot. Ball diameter because it should be 40 minus 2 is 38, which is like, I mean, it's too subtle to detect. So I need to make it like, I don't know, 30 is going to be 2. But I don't know why that math was wrong. Why is this math wrong? I don't know. Let me go look at my variables again. It's squishing before it hits the ground. Yeah, I know. That's the other problem is like buffering. Ball diameter. I don't know. I'm going to grab this because I think I spelled it right. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. Minus 10. Okay. So we don't want it to be 50%. We need should the shape change at 100% and not 50%? So 100% is where it's ending. So right here, boom, that one. So it needs to change at both 50% and 100%. The ball needs to squish just a little bit to make it look a little bit more lifelike. However, if we put the problem that I can't wrap my brain around right now is if we put the height changes in the bounce keyframe along with the translate 3Ds, then it's like, as I think it was Schmoofy said, it's squishing before it hits the ground because it's going to start animating it between 0 and 50%. Right. No. So I'm trying to figure out how how to change the height without... Okay, first question, can I give the same element multiple keyframes? I think so. I don't know if I should try it, Google it, or wait for the chat to answer, but that could work, question mark. Need another frame at 45% and 55 with the normal heights. Oh, right. Thank you, Turtle. You're gorgeous, and I owe you, because what I was about to do was going to be hella jank. Okay. Okay, so yes, we need the height, 10 pixels. Yeah, we can just adjust how much we're shrinking it. But like he said, at 45 and 55%, because we don't want it to start animating at 0. So 45. I'm so excited to see if this works. Huh? Oh, that was new. Copy, paste, get some spacing, copy and paste, and change it to 55 and get rid of the minus 10 part because we want to change the ball back to normal. And the same thing up here. Oops. And you all were very cruel for making me do this with CSS. Some properties. Okay. It's so funny. Oh god, it's so funny. Okay. Okay, it's better. It's not actually hitting the ground is the first problem I see. The second problem is I don't know if it needs to be that long, so maybe like 47, 53. I don't know. I kind of like the 55 and the 45. Okay. So I'm going to go back up actually and put our frame overflow hidden back in because we know where our ball is moving from. We get it. So we can go ahead and put that back. Save this. I'm going to plop this in here again in case any of you are interested in it. And we need to do the exact same thing for the last ball landing. So there is no such thing as 105%, or if there is, it's going to overlap with zeros. So I'm going to say 90, 95, and 100, and we're going to have to move our transform, I think. I don't know, correct me if I'm way off base here. So I think this needs to go copy, paste, middle, and save. 95. And we're going to do the same thing. I don't know what we want to squish the ball to. 10 feels like too much. 2 is not enough. So that's where I'm at in my life. I need this normal height. There and there. Did we do it? I think we need this this at both, I think. I think that's what's happening here. Thank you all for joining me, by the way. It's been a fun all bouncing good time. Adu, gadu, adu, badu. Needs a sound effect. Let's go ahead and since I'm about to wrap up, let's open up there. I'm actually going to open it up in CodePen because that's a really, really tiny preview. We're going to open up the original and we're going to scroll down and check out what they did. So they created a floor, a ball move, and they are like normal people using sassy variables. Ball up, ball down. Interesting. Animation move. Their ball bounce is so cute. Like it's so cute. I'm curious what so that they've got a move. Interesting. Okay, so this answers the question. Ball move, ball up, ball down. Oh dear Lord. So I really like their animation is also bouncing above the ground. Yeah, I need to. So I think it's because when you're adjusting the height of the ball, you need to adjust like where the ball is hitting. So we need to first of all decide how much we're going to squish the ball, and then we can move the variable. I think ours was called the ball is on the ground variable. Needs to be adjusted based on how much you change the height of the ball or the diameter. Okay, so what is happening here? Okay, like I'm totally happy with their animation. Like it's so cute, it's so bouncy, it's so fun. But what on God's green earth is happening with the class within the class within the class within the what? So I get that like I'm wondering if there is no way. I'm wondering if there's no way to add multiple keyframes to the same element. And so this was their way around that, because they're basically saying you're going to be in charge of moving, you're going to be in charge of up and down. I'm just confused at why they did this. I don't even know if you need to add multiple keyframes, but I'm going to answer this question real quick. To the same element. Your animation is also bouncing with and inception. Play multiple step animations, keyframe animation syntax. I don't think so, because I think as soon as with the, the whole cascading nature of CSS, here we have our, I don't know, you might be able to. Here I'm giving this animation bounce of 3 seconds, but if I made another animation and I tried to give it to the same class element selector, I think it would just override it and the last animation would be applied. So, that answers that. But it's so jank. It's just so jank. Let's go back to the OG one. I just wanted to, because I need to wrap up very shortly and continue working on the Silverlight stuff for the stream. You can, but you can't use the shorthand to do it. Okay. Because I think that's what needs to happen, so that you're not giving the move and the up and the down to 3 different elements. Okay, animation name something else. Okay. That's definitely what needs to happen. Thanks, Turtle. We love you, Turtle. So they are moving. I do like the cleanliness of this, because I kind of just want to like take theirs and start modifying it. But no, I like the cleanliness of it, because the move, like you're translating from this to this. Like I'm going from here to here and just do it. Let's see. I want to see. And then they're just moving it up and down at these points, right? There it is. Transform scale, mother fluffers. I don't know why I didn't think of this, because I'm a ridiculous goose. So this is how they're squishing their ball. So they're setting the scale to 1, which is normal, and then they're setting the scale. Oh, it gets bigger and smaller. I bet you that's why there's a little bit more lifelike on top of, the other added jank that we have. So we're going to do the same thing. Well, it gets wider and shorter. Let's do it. I love that. That's what we need in our life. Okay. So 50. So we're going to get rid of. So instead of resetting the height, we're going to reset the transform scale property. Be yourself. Be the size that you were meant to be. I don't know if you just saw that on screen, but it's cracking me up. Transform scale 1. And then instead of changing the height, we need to say scale, put some space. What am I doing wrong? 1 second, darlings. Oh, it's because we're transforming already. And so this transform is taking over this transform. I think I can do, I think you can just separate them by a comma, maybe? I have no idea. It's playing squash. Negative ghostwriters. I know things start to get funky when you start chaining, but there is a way. Let me see. Scale. What am I doing wrong? Chaining transforms. CSS, please and thank you. I really should stop drinking coffee. Seems like it's a bit late for that. How to apply multiple transforms in CSS? Maybe this one. Always go for the CSS tricks ones. I don't know. Multi-step animations to use. I'm going to actually just look for the word transform. There is a way to chain them, but I think it just gets jank. This is not the article you're looking for. Ba-bum. So no comma. I think I don't know why. I just like threw in a comma. It felt right. So get rid of the comma. Let's see if that works. Okay, so what's still happening is that I think I need this bit in both transforms that are surrounding it. Are you yelling at me? It's angry. It's angry. Scale 1. One of them is messed up. Missing. I'm going to undo what I just did because I don't know what I just did. So I've got these two transforms. I've got this one. So I think I just didn't grab the whole Translate 3D is what happened. I think. Ah, you're right, DK. It's okay. I don't know if I can tell that the scale is let's change it to like 2 to make it like crazy wide. Yeah, so it is actually changing it. It's just not enough to be noticeable, which it's too much. Okay. So this is a better way, a better way to scale both the X and the Y. I think it's better. But because it is it's another transform, it's a little bit more verbose because we have to specify where we want to translate the 3D to as well. So on this one, I'm going to go ahead. Woo! Change the view. Yeah. Maybe? Is that what I want? Okay. So for our last one, I'm going to go ahead and change the instead of modifying the height again, we're going to modify the scale. We're going to put a space between it instead of. Ooh. Okay. So I'm just going to copy this whole transform line and we're going to replace all of that with it. But instead of scaling, we need to reset the scale. And we can also maybe put it on the same line. It's kind of long. We could have also just changed the width. That would have worked. Boop and boop. So I loathe it, but I have got to get on to Silverlighty things. So I think I'm going to pick this up on next Wednesday's UI Wednesday because I want to really breathe life into this this bouncing ball, but I also want to clean up the CSS and move things out into multiple keyframes, because I think that's the right way to do it. I don't think the right way to do it is making a ton of different wrappers that each one is applied to. I think we could like take this and kind of iterate further on it and make it cleaner CSS while still getting the same beautiful bouncing ball. So thank you all so freaking much for hanging out with me. I'll be on tomorrow morning, my time, Central Time, to talk about Silverlight and its end of lifing, and how you can migrate it over to Angular or Xamarin or other options. So please check us out. I'm going to be on with a ton of friends. There's going to be lots of prizes, and it should be pretty fun. Pretty fun Thursday. Otherwise, I'll see you next Wednesday, and I really hope that your weekend is fantastic. So thank you all, darlings. Mwah!